Tanisha, what you're going to do?
So, past 10 maths, applications of trigonometry.
Mm,
14 sum.
mm. That is
So,
as per the CBSE 10th standard
yes.
mathematics. What is the topic?
And applications of trigonometry.
Trigonometry. Right, proceed.
So, here is the given.
First, read the question.
A 1.2 meter tall girl spots a balloon moving with the wind in a horizontal line at a height of 88.2 meter from the ground. The angle of elevation of the balloon from the eyes of the girl at any instant is 60 degree. After some time, the angle of elevation reduces to 30 degree. Find the distance traveled by the balloon during the interval.
Right. So,
So,
first show me the balloons. Which are the balloons here? A and
D.
D. Right. Proceed.
So the height of the girl is 1.2 meter, which is CF, and the height of the balloon from the ground, which is GB, is 88.2 meter.
Okay.
And the angle of elevation at the first is ACB, which is 60 degree,
Okay.
and DCE is 30 degree.
After the movement of that balloon.
Yes. So we can take.
Can you show me the displacement of the balloon from A to D? How it is moved?
So from
There. There.
here we have to find.
Yes, that is a parallel distance, but in the at the top, A to D. Okay, right. So that is the display. You can mention that one also. That is the displacement of the balloon from A to D. So what is AD here?
We have to find the distance traveled.
Distance traveled by the balloon is AD, which is also equal to BE. Why?
Because this is straight and parallel to it. And
Yes, that is a parallel. So it is BE also. Right. Proceed.
so we can consider DE and AB as equal, which is 88.2 from the ground minus the height of the girl, which is 1.2. So from this point to this point, it is 87 meter. By subtracting 1.2 from 88.2. So here is the diagram for the question.
What is that 1.2?
1 point is the height of the girl.
Very good.
So we have to find the BE, which is the distance traveled by the balloon.
Okay.
So
That
this
is also AD. Okay, you can put it within bracket AD also. That is equal to AD. Right.
so first we have to consider the triangle.
Now, what are the formula you are going to discuss here? What are the concepts, key concepts on formula?
I'm going to use tan theta, which is equal to opposite side by adjacent side.
Right.
So taking the values for tan 60 degree, it is
So you have got two angles now,
yes,
30 degree
and
and
60 degree.
60 degree.
So
Okay.
tan 60 is equal to root 3 and tan 30 is equal to 1 by root 3.
Okay.
So first we have to consider the triangle ABC, which is where
Can you
angle
draw that triangle ABC? No, 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 that itself, in the diagram itself. Draw as a bold line. Bold line. Ah, very good. So that is the right triangle ABC. Which is the right triangle here? Which is the right angle here? So that you must indicate. Okay, right.
by considering this triangle, the angle of elevation is 60 degrees. So we have taken tan 60. So tan
For 60 degree, AB is the opposite side.
is
Right. BC, that you had to mention. Okay.
so we have taken AB by BC. We have AB is equal to 87 and we have BC which we have to find. So tan 60
What is AB here?
AB is the height
What height?
from the girl to the balloon.
Okay. But you said it is only B, DE, is it not? So since it is A, D, E, B, A, D, E, B, show that. Show in the diagram. A, D, E, B. That is the what? Square. Almost. I mean rectangle. Okay. So the opposite sides are equal. So in that case, DE is equal to AB. Right? AB is equal to DE. And you have already taken that you had to mention. D is equal to 87, is it not? D. Therefore, AB is also 87, right? AB. AB is equal. What is AB? D is equal to AB. So that you have already mentioned. Leave it. So A, not AD, ma. AB. These two are equal. AB is also equal. AB is equal to DE, right? Opposite side, then. Okay, so write down AB. Write down AB, ma, is equal to how much? 87. That you have replaced here, right? Right, proceed. So taking 87 by BC, we have tan 60 is equal to root 3. So by transposing, we have BC equal to 87 by root 3. So next in triangle DEC, we have the angle of elevation as you can clearly highlight by the point. Point number 1. In triangle ABC, write down 1. Underline. Underline. No, no, no. Put 1. Underline the entire term, entire line. Okay, put round. Ah. Similarly for this one. Okay, right? Okay, these are the two key concepts. You have identified the two triangles. Okay, so that you can mention here also. These are all the clue. Okay, so under the formula used or the clues used, you have identified the two triangles, right? Two triangles. What are those two triangles? ABC. Triangle. Put triangle ABC and the triangle DEC, right? Okay, right, proceed. So in triangle DEC, the angle of elevation is tan 30 degree. Again, tan theta is DE by EC, which is opposite by adjacent. So tan 30 degree is 1 by root 3. Since we have the value of D E as 87, we are substituting it, which is 87 by BC equal to 1 by root 3. So by transposing, we have EC is equal to 87 by root 3. So first we have... Don't say transposing, just you are interchanging, that's all, okay? So we have to find BE, which is the distance that has been traveled here. So for that, we can consider CE minus CB. So which is, we have EC is equal to 87 root 3 and BC is equal to 87 by root 3. So taking LCM, we should take it over here, which is 87 into root 3 into root 3. So root 3 into root 3 is nothing but 3. So by taking 87 as the common, we have 87 into as a whole 3 minus 1 by root 3. So 3 minus 1 is 2 and we have 87 into 2 by root 3 and we have to take the conjugate, which is 87 into 2 by root 3 into root 3 by root 3. So we have 174 root 3 by 3. When we cancel 174 and 3, we have 58 root 3. So we have found BE, which is 58 root 3 meters. So what is that BE? B is the distance traveled. That you have to write because you are presenting the answer. When you present the answer, don't say BE, CE, DE, not like that. Okay, you have to give it as a statement because you are reporting. Okay, so what you are supposed to, what is the question asked here? We have to find the distance traveled by the balloon after that. Have you mentioned about that? Because I already told you once you are to find. Okay, so right here. The distance traveled by the balloon. That is the solution. Right here, right at the top. Solution. Final solution. That is the answer. Put answer. Put a straight line on left side. Distance traveled by the balloon. Okay. 100. So that is your final answer. Okay. Now, uh, can you explain that the 87 into 3 minus 1 divided by root 3? Okay. So, in between that, you have got one step. You can explain with that step. Here is that. Put 87 into 3 minus 87. Okay. Don't skip the steps. Okay. Now you take I mean 87 as the GCD. Right? Proceed. So 87 of 3 minus 1. Okay. Otherwise, people will struggle. Okay. Right. Very good.